Jeff Coates, CEO of Autobytel, talks optimistically about reconnecting with dealers and the importance of relying on quality third-party leads to reach new sales levels in 2010.
How would you summarize your sales and marketing focus and objectives going into 2010, starting with NADA?
Again, it's all about reconnecting with the dealers, manufacturers. We've increased our dealer count over the last 12 months. Coming out of the economic malaise, the automotive malaise, our overall dealer count is up double digits year over year, so we're very pleased with that. We've increased our overall business with the manufacturers, which we're very pleased about. And we have successfully been reconnecting with the consumer. A lot of what we're doing now, the website upgrades, acquisition of companies like Autotropolis in conjunction with Cyber Ventures are all designed to get us closer to the consumer again. We recently also announced a deal with a company by the name of driverside.com, which is recreating a product that we had years ago called My Garage. It's an ownership cycle so that we connect with consumers throughout the ownership life of a vehicle, as opposed to the historic connection with a consumer only every 3 to 5 years when someone would buy a new or used vehicle. The reconnection and relaunch of My Garage, powered by driverside.com, gives us constant interaction with consumers while they own that vehicle to help them with understanding repair issues, recalls, rebates available on new cars, and as they are moving closer to buying their next vehicle, we can help them with better information sooner so that we can take that consumer almost by the hand and lead them into a dealership. We think, and some of the dealer customers that we've spoken with think, that those will be much higher quality purchase requests as we move forward.
What can dealers expect for the next 6 months?
So we're cautiously optimistic as to the remainder of the year. We've seen a lot of prognostication from J.D. Power, and other places as to what 2011 is going to look like. I've heard 12 million, 13 million. People are talking already 14, 15 million by 2012. That would be nice. We recently, and I'll provide you with a chart, we recently came across some information that goes back to 1967, charting new car sales, SAR, against the recessions that have taken place. If you look at where we are currently, we are at 30-year lows as compared to where our auto sales were. The coming off of the peaks of 16 and 17 million a few years ago is not that out of whack where we were, 10, 20 years ago. So we're at really historically low levels for over 30 years right now. It would seem natural that new car sales will come back. If you look back to 1967 as compared to today, the U.S. population was less than 250 million. Today it's over 300 million. So we feel pretty bullish about the fact that the new car business will come back. It is coming back a little more slowly than I think a lot of us had expected earlier in the year, but it seems a natural as the economy recovers, and more importantly, as unemployment comes down, people will feel more comfortable about coming back into the car market. I think third-party leads are continuing to be an important source of leads for dealers that they don't usually see otherwise. There have been some recent studies that have come out that have reconfirmed that. We obviously believe that because we're in the third-party leads market. I think third-party leads have been controversial over the last 5 or 8 years, just as the markets have grown. I think as a result of search, things really grew quickly. And usually when things go quickly, they don't always grow as well as they should. But the major providers have all agreed that quality has to be job one, to steal a phrase from Ford. And we're all focused on making sure that we're putting out the best quality leads. I think dealers recognize that, and I think they appreciate that because in conversations we've been having over the last 2 or 3 months with either our largest dealer group customers and even some of our smaller customers, they recognize that the lead quality overall has increased dramatically.
Do you expect to be making other kinds of acquisitions in the future that you can talk about?
It's a great question. It's a question I would like to answer directly However, as a public company, it's difficult for me to answer that question directly. But I will say, as I have said on our earnings calls over the last year, our market is ripe for consolidation. It needs to consolidate, and we expect to be a leader in that consolidation. More than that, I can't really say.
That's great, as an answer that I expected. How would you position the consumer, what is we've historically referred to as the consumer lead generation or third-party lead generation? How would you characterize that model right now overall in terms of its potential, its growth, and what are the factors that are going to keep it remaining as a major part of dealer marketing?
I think it all comes down to quality. The third-party sites are generating good quality leads that we're selling to our dealer and manufacturer customers. I think as long as we maintain top quality and as we evolve more into what we were discussing earlier, purchase request, which I think is a slightly different mindset, the third-party leads market will continue to be vibrant. I think there has been some shakeout in terms of the number of players in the market. I think there will continue to be some shakeout. I think there will be some consolidation, which overall will be a benefit to everybody in the marketplace, including, most importantly, the dealers who buy those purchase requests and the manufacturers who also buy the purchase requests.